thank you
Hi.
for joining me. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm good. So tell me, what are we sitting in? And this is your job.
Yes, it is. Ferrari 488 GTB. Red, black interior. The black interior is very rare in Dubai to find. Most of the cars, they have a red interior, which I did not really like. So I was very lucky. And yeah, very happy with it, actually.
And you are in this industry because you are a specialist in the sound systems, right?
Yes, I'm specialized in developing sound systems in luxury and sports cars.
Yeah.
But also for yachts, for villas, penthouses, residential stuff. Anything crazy, basically.
Anything crazy? Call Brian. He will fix it for
Yeah,
you.
definitely.
So
Definitely.
how did you end up in this? I mean, it must have been like a journey to, be.
Oh, it was a big journey.
Well, we
My
have
God.
time, Brian.
Yeah,
Go
plenty
ahead.
of time. No, it was
Shoot.
it was a very big journey. So basically, I started working in a car audio shop.
Yeah.
Um,
How old were you then?
then I was 18,
Mm-hmm.
17, 18. I just got my driving license, and then what is it called? So it was like a car accessory shop. So basically, they sold like car stereos and simple speakers, alarm systems, navigation systems,
Yeah.
And I started working there, selling the products and installing everything. That's basically how I learned the simple stuff.
Yeah.
What is it called? So back then in the Netherlands, there are many of these shops,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that's how it basically started. And I enjoyed it a lot, especially when we had to do bigger things, like bigger projects, more massive sound systems and stuff. So yeah.
And you have a special talent because you build audio systems in places where normally people will not enter. Like, for example, in exotic cars, supercars, yachts.
Yes.
You cannot just order a proper sound system with your car, for example.
That's true. I really like to be challenged, and especially with these sports cars, supercars, hypercars, there is no space.
Yeah.
Right. So if you look at any, let's say, normal daily car, then of course there is space in the trunk and everything to put equipment in, like amplifiers and subwoofer boxes and things like that. But you can imagine, I mean, we're sitting in a Ferrari right now, it's quite small on the inside,
Yeah.
which is good. But in these cases, I really like to think outside the box and develop a perfect sound system, which on one side has like perfect sound, so meaning that it seems like you're at the concert, for example.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, it's powerful. We need volume, we need bass, really depending on your mood, for example. But I really like to combine that. And the car manufacturers, as you can imagine, this is not their top priority, of course. So I'm very limited in all the spaces, But yeah, as I said, I like to be challenged, and by thinking outside the box and all the experience I already have, I'm able to combine everything together, both with the equipment and with the way of thinking, and sometimes having to do some magical tricks. But in the end, every car is like a driving concert hall. That's my main goal. main focus.
That's a beautiful goal to have, to achieve that, to make people happy with music.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is that many people don't realize what is possible, you know, and what are the possibilities of changing a system. And I mean, if they get any new car, for example, of course they're very happy and excited about the car itself. And sometimes people say, hey, listen, why do people install sound systems in supercars?
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to what is it called? People are not playing music in their cars. They want to hear the engine sound, for example. Like now, you know, it's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
And what are we doing? We are just driving around. The engine sound is not super exciting, but it's okay. And we're not even playing music at the moment because we are talking.
Yeah.
Right. But after our meeting, after our interview, I have a quite long drive, and then I really want to enjoy my favorite albums. You know, instead of just listening to the engine at 3,000 RPM or whatever, because I cannot speed, because you know there's so many speed cams and stuff. And even if I get stuck in a traffic jam, which happens quite a lot in Dubai, I'm still chilled. I'm relaxed. I just have to select another album, and I play it. And this is my moment to enjoy what I like most, and that's music.
Yeah, and then I think with you, a lot of people want to be able to play music, and it's a kind of a strange thing that you pay a lot of money for something like a car, and you cannot play proper music.
Exactly. Many of the cars, you know, even if you are really, you know, like what is it called? Fanatic. So many of the cars, even if you're not really speeding or something, then still the road noise and the engine noise is even louder than the sound system is capable of.
Yeah.
Like for example, Bugatti.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful car. In my opinion, one of the best cars ever built. But the factory sound system is very disappointing.
And you did a Bugatti, right?
A few, yeah.
How was that to work on such a rare car, and somebody paid so much money for it? And like you said, the manufacturer comes with a very average sound system.
Yes.
That must have been also...
I mean, imagine, and it's not just me saying this, but I think almost every Bugatti owner can agree on this. The factory sound system of the Bugatti Chiron, it sounds slightly better than an iPhone on loudspeaker.
Wow.
And this is a fact. You can ask any Bugatti owner, and he will confirm. Do they all need an upgrade? No, because it's not for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Many Bugatti owners, they don't even drive the car. It's just sitting there in the garage, for example, or they take it on a drive once a month or something like that. So, do those people really need an upgrade of the sound system? No, I absolutely don't think so.
Yeah.
But there is people who have the Bugatti, they really drive it. They take it to those rallies and stuff, you know. They go like for 3,000-4,000 kilometers of driving. Yeah, then they would need it probably. Look, like now, traffic jam. Okay?
Yeah.
If we were not talking, we were playing music, right?
Yeah, true. And we are going to check out your sound system.
And we were,
later.
you know, it's also a good emotion because it really depends on your mood. For example, sometimes I really like to listen to old stuff.
Yeah.
Why? It reminds me of my childhood, you know. And then when I play that playlist, for example, it brings me back, for example, to the era when I started with this, you know.
So how was that to go back to the era? If we make a jump when you started with this, like what was your first car, for example, that you could work on, and how did that opportunity land in your hand?
What do you mean? When I started my own
When you had the first
business?
supercar, yeah, that you could work on.
So in 2006 I started my own company.
Yeah.
But imagine that I had absolutely no business background or marketing background or whatsoever. So I had absolutely no clue how I would reach out to my clients.
Yeah.
I had absolutely no clue. So I just opened a shop with a nice workshop. I wanted the quality to be super high, so I invested a lot in tools and stuff. Everything was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I opened the doors, but there was no clients coming. So I was just thinking, why?
Yeah.
And then I had to be creative and search for clients, and So, but then, like in 2006, the social media was not like we have it now. So it was not like with TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook and things. So then I had to put these advertisements in local newspapers,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
to get some attention from people, with deals or things or anything. And then the clients started to come a little bit, and I had to be more creative. And went to car dealers to talk to them to see if they can, when they sell any car, then maybe they can sell an upgrade as well, with speakers or with multimedia systems or stuff like that. And then from that, the cars became nicer. I mean, it started with general cars like Honda, BMW, Volkswagen, and then slightly they become nicer and nicer. I did a lot of US import cars, so I had to deal with Corvettes, Camaros, all these things. And then it stepped up slightly, like I got to do small jobs like alarm systems in Ferraris, Lamborghini sometimes. And then eventually I got some jobs to do sound also in these cars. But it was just very small, just 2 speakers, small amplifier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the jobs became bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's when you have a vision which doesn't exist yet. The market it doesn't know yet much about it, but you can provide it. Then it's also hard to enter that market, because it's also an educational journey.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, in my business, nobody needs it. For example.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're just whatever, if you're selling whatever, like moet ik even over nadenken.
Ja, we kunnen gewoon verder gaan.
Yeah. Like for example, in my business, nobody needs me.
Yeah.
If you get my point.
Yeah.
If you're selling like car tires, for example, people need to change their tires at a certain
100%,
point, right?
100%.
So if you're in that business, then first of all, you don't really have to explain people what you do, because if you say I'm selling car tires, everybody knows, right?
Yeah.
In my case, if I say, oh yeah, I develop sound systems, for example, for exotic cars, people are still thinking, what the hell is he doing, right?
Yeah.
So you really have to explain and stuff and things. And then again, people don't need me. They can live without a sound system upgrade.
True.
You get my point?
Yeah.
So that makes it a bit more difficult sometimes. But then in the end, if people really know what I'm capable of, or they've already done one car with me, or they have experienced the system in this car, for example,
Mm-hmm.
then they know exactly.
Yeah, I can imagine that when people have experienced it, have your sound system in their car, and they're used to it,
Mm-hmm.
that they it's like you're taking away something from them that they know that could be there.
Yes, exactly.
And also, you don't want to downgrade as well your sound system if you go with the manufacturer option.
Yeah.
You know that there will be a big gap between what is possible and what you offer.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, people really like to personalize and things and stuff. You see it already with all the car manufacturer, for example.
Yeah.
They offer a lot of options, which nobody really needs, but it's just like, having that extra.
Yeah.
Make it something extra special. Like, for example, if you order your new car in a special color, for example, they charge you a lot of money, right? But is the paint more expensive? No, it's not. It's the same paint, only they mix it up with a slightly different shade or something like that, But they charge you a lot of money for that, and people are willing to pay for it because why? It's unique.
Yeah.
It's special. You don't have just like a normal red car, for example. No, this is like a special paint from historic whatever, blah blah. I don't know what, But that makes it special. But the paint itself costs exactly the same like the paint on this car.
Yes, I get it. Your audio system is like your signature as
Signature,
well.
Yes. It has, of course, expensive parts and the research and development of the whole system. It takes time,
Yeah. I get that. And you don't limit yourself just to exotic cars. You do also yachts and home systems.
Yes, anything.
Is it?
Stepping from cars into residential things and yachts, for example, that was quite easy because the clients I already had with the supercars, at a certain point they already started asking me like, hey, I have a yacht, can you maybe check that out? Or I'm gonna build a new villa, can you check that out as well?
Yeah.
Can you advise me? Can you make something crazy?
And there is space in yachts and in villas.
Much more space.
Yeah. So
more space.
And also, I guess, more competition because more people can enter that market. But still, your clients to prefer to work with you. Why is that the case?
I mean, with all my clients, when I start with them, I really want to know them. Yeah. Because when I know them, I can make the system perfectly matched for their taste,
Yeah.
And then when they know me, they trust me, and they say, okay, you know exactly what kind of sound I like, so can you do everything else as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you can do the most complex job possible, then anything else will be even better.
Yes, exactly.
And talking a little bit about your clients, you're not dealing with with anybody. You're dealing with super wealthy, billionaires, famous people.
Yeah.
How is it, Brian, to work with them and you work closely with them because you need to know their taste?
I mean, some people, of course, they have like a manual.
Yeah.
You have to know a little bit about what they want and how they think and stuff like that. But on the other hand, I also have a lot of clients who really want to stay private, So in that case, when I do something for them, they would not appreciate if I make pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. I mean, they are very happy with me. They are super respectful, a lot of fun. And that's like, it's like music artists, it's businessmen, it's sports people. I have clients really from everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I would be pretty excited as well if I had something that like a car or a yacht. I don't have it, by the way, that level. Well,
Not yet.
not yet. Maybe if we talk in a couple of years.
Yes.
But yeah, and there was no proper sound system, and I called Brian, and suddenly, boom,
Yeah.
up to my taste, up to my liking. Because you really specialize at customization, and that requires you also to have a proper conversation with them about that taste,
Yes.
right?
Exactly. And now, especially because many people are coming to Dubai, to either they move entirely or they are here a lot. I mean, now it's a big hub of everyone in the world. So yeah.
Brian, how did you end up in Dubai? Because you're from the Netherlands.
Yes.
You've been your whole life in the Netherlands, but now you're here, living here, working here. Your family's here.
Yes.
That must have been no coincidence.
That journey has been so wild.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. So I mean, when I was like back in 2006, 7, 8, something like that, Dubai was becoming a little bit more famous,
Yeah.
because there was a lot of supercars and stuff. And I mean, we all thought that in Dubai there was only supercars, right? And people were just throwing money around and stuff and things. But I was interested in everything as well. So at a certain point I was like, wow, it would be a big dream if eventually somebody from Dubai would send me his supercar to the Netherlands for me to do a crazy sound system, and when it's finished I would send it back. That was the ultimate dream. And I tried to investigate. I didn't know where to start, I didn't know what to do and whatever, but it still kept in my mind, And then when I talked to people about that, people said, yeah, come on, never gonna happen, blah, 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 things like that. And I was like, wow, maybe they are right, maybe they are wrong, but at least I can try. So then I got some crazy stuff in the Netherlands, like with I had to do Ferraris with nice big sound systems, and we took a lot of pictures and videos of that. And I was like, I can just email it to Ferrari dealers and Ferrari clubs everywhere and just see what happens.
Yeah.
So I send it to the dealers and clubs in Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, UK, everywhere. And then I was like, hey, in Dubai they also have a Ferrari owners club. So I was looking to get any email contact or something like that, but I was not able to find it. But I found a website, and then on the website it said under construction. And there was a name of a marketing company called Radical Thinking. And Radical Thinking, I clicked on this, and then it opened a LinkedIn profile, and I saw a Dutch name. You know this guy.
Yeah, I know.
I saw a Dutch name, Stefan, and I was like, okay, let me just send him an email and see what happens.
Yeah.
So I said, hi, I'm Brian, I'm from the Netherlands. I'm trying to reach Mr. Stefan. I don't know if this is the right path, but anyway. So then immediately I got a response back in Dutch from Stefan. He said, hey, I'm Stefan, how are you? How can I help you? And I said, okay, listen, I'm Brian, this is what I do. I do sound systems, I do a lot of supercars. I saw that you are in some way connected with the Ferrari Owners Club. I just wanted to reach out to them, tell them what I do, show them what I do. If in any case, whatever, I don't know what, if somebody is interested, I am here. And then he said, yeah, I might be able to help you because my uncle is the president of the Ferrari club. I'm helping him out. That's why I'm making the new site for him. So I can show him, if you send me some information, some pictures and videos, I can show him, but be aware that everybody is trying to chase him. So probably he will get like 100 emails every day, right? Of people wanting to be in touch with him. So I said, yeah, okay, fine. I completely understand. I appreciate your time. This is the information I have, and then we can take it from there. And then honestly, I was not focusing at it anymore. I was like, okay, I did my best.
Yeah.
This is the maximum I can do right now. And let's see. And then 2 weeks after, I got a phone call, but I saw a very long number, 971. I had no clue this is from here, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was some Google marketing thing, I don't know what. So I picked up the phone, I was like, yes. He said, yeah, it's Stefan. I said, hey Stefan, how are you? He said, yeah, great. He said, listen, I'm here now with my uncle and he wants to talk to you. And then all of a sudden I had the president of Ferrari Owners Club at my phone. So I was even more nervous than I am right now. I was stuttering like hell. He was like, yeah, how are you? Okay, great, yeah. I saw your work. Really impressive, really amazing. How are we gonna work on this? I said, I don't know, I have no clue. He said, okay, listen, we have one member in the club. He is crazy about sound systems. I showed him this. He's super excited. He wants you to do his car. So how does it work? I was like, I have absolutely no clue. He said, okay, you know what? We can send the car to Amsterdam if you want, and then you can do the sound system, and then when it's ready, call us and you send it back. I was like, yeah, okay, but how are you gonna send the car? He said, no worries, we have experience with that. We will just probably tomorrow we will bring the car to the airport. It will fly. So day after tomorrow you can pick it up.
Wow.
I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh my God, I think a dream is coming true now,
Yeah.
So just after the weekend, the car arrived at Amsterdam airport.
Wow.
I collected the car, I installed everything, and then then everything really started.
What a crazy journey that has been.
That was absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy.
To just get a phone call and receive a car just like that.
It was unbelievable.
We are here now in the Palm, which must have been a familiar place for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have some nice clients that.
On the Palm, yes.
Yeah, on the Palm.
10 years ago, I came here the first time.
Yeah.
First time, 10 years ago, and this was all not there. Eh?
Yeah.
All the harbor, the cruise terminal, the Dubai Eye, the address, it was all not here.
Yeah, they keep building and building and building. That's
amazing.
Why we partially love the city as well. And look, it's been a journey for you, but you're still on this journey. That's the crazy thing, right?
Oh yeah, the journey keeps on continuing.
Yeah. And what's something you really would love to do? Like something you feel like, if I could get that opportunity, I would be so happy.
I really, the thing is that I would not say I don't have any goals.
Yeah.
But I'm not focusing on one thing anymore, because I know that, especially here in Dubai, you never know who you run up to in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes you end up in a situation or in a meeting, or you get introduced with someone which you did not expect, that seems to be whatever, a big car collector, or a crazy architect or something like that, which gives you another great opportunity for any nice jobs or things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you never know. You never know. So of course I can make a list of 100 pages of things I would love to do. But I mean, it's too much.
Yeah.
You get my point?
I get your point. And also, people that are not familiar with how things work in this city, they maybe need to set a goal and stuff like this, but we know that things can flow here and things can go really fast and unexpected.
Yes.
It's better to have some flexibility. And open mind.
You have to be flexible.
Yeah.
You have to be flexible. You cannot really plan anything properly, you know?
Yeah.
And then what I always hear from people who just came to Dubai, they get crazy because, you know, things are going from A to Z so quickly.
Yeah.
Sometimes people postpone their meetings, or they cancel it, they change the date or the times or whatever. But you have to be flexible with that.
Yeah. And it's not for everybody. Not everybody has that flexibility, has that kind of a style.
No.
Especially we as Dutchmen.
Yeah, exactly. We want to be very strict.
Yeah.
And we try to as much as possible, but sometimes you cannot. Sometimes it's impossible.
Yeah. You work on the schedule of the job or the project or the opportunity.
Yeah.
Especially in your field.
Yes.
When you're dealing with people that are extremely on their own timeline.
Yeah.
You will get a phone call probably like, Brian, I have time right now.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But,
absolutely.
But it takes. It's good that you have that attitude and you have that mindset. That's important.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
To do that, especially because, as I mentioned before, people don't need me, or they don't need the sound upgrade, for example. So if they are driving the car, I had this, for example, the first Bugatti which I have done.
Yeah.
That's you know the owner is quite famous, and I was already in touch with him several times. I met him a couple of times here in Dubai, and then he took the car from Dubai to Romania to do a big rally. And we were not talking about doing a sound system in that car before, but then when he was attending with that rally on day one already, because that was the first time he drove the car for a longer time, then he called me. He said, bro, the system is so shit, it's unbelievable. I said, yeah, I know. He said, you know what? I will finish the rally, I will drop the car at your place. Please do a sound system in that car. Okay, cool. So we arranged everything, but at that certain moment, he realized he needs an upgrade in that car.
Yeah.
Right? Because he was doing that rally, for example. If he was not doing that rally, probably he was not interested in doing a system in that car. Probably some other cars, but not that specific one, you know? But driving that rally realized him, no, fuck that, I paid $4 million for that car.
Yeah.
And now I'm taking it for a nice experience. So he flew the car from Dubai to Romania. You know, it cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then still he is not enjoying fully because he wants to play some music.
Yeah.
And he is capable of playing the music, but it's not exciting. It sounds even worse than any cheap car, for example, right?
Yeah.
So then for him, it was like a no-brainer. Like, okay, listen, okay, the upgrade is not cheap, but for him, especially compared with what the prices of the car, it was like very little money to get the excitement. Basically, it was a slight disappointment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
and
what
now,
you mean. Yeah.
For him, by investing still a lot of money, but compared with the car, it's very little.
Yeah.
To make it 10 times better, the experience.
And exactly what you're saying, to enhance the experience, especially for your clientele. You know, it's all about the experience.
Yes.
and you are adding towards their experience.
Yes, yes.
So let's have a walk towards your car, and maybe you can play your sound system to us.
Yeah, of course.
Because yeah, a lot of people will be like, Brian, why did you buy a Ferrari? But you are buying a Ferrari also partially to show your clientele and your future clients what you can do, right?
Exactly.
It's your business card.
It is, absolutely, yeah. That's why I have to have the car everywhere I go.
Yeah.
To show people, because by just talking about it, you have absolutely no clue what is the experience. I can tell 1 million things about it, about the technology behind it, about how it all works and stuff, but still you don't get this excitement, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're talking to a private chef and he would explain to you about his signature dish, how he makes it and whatever, you will get excited, but you will not get water in your mouth, right?
No. But
just by talking.
If he cooks for me, puts it in front of me, presents it, I'll be like, now I can truly judge you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know it makes total sense. It's not a cheap business card, but it is ultimately the experience that you can transcend to them and see, okay, this is how your car could sound like, or your You know, with villas and yachts, you can do even bigger systems.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the next level.
Yeah. But this was like, buying this car was the best investment I have ever done in my life. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah.
It gets me business. I can show people.
Of course, joy.
Of course, I enjoy it. You know, of course, absolutely. But I enjoy so many things. Like with my tools, for example. When I bought my first CNC to make all the aluminum parts and things, I was as excited as when I bought this car. Because it's a tool, and I know I enjoy the technology behind it, and I know it will get me business, or I can do my business even better. Right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, so people will see a car, but you see more than a car.
Yeah.
And I think this is the beauty of your profession, is that you're always looking at it from a different perspective, from a different angle.
Yeah.
And from the outside, people will be like, okay, well, what's special about this car? But
I mean, let's be honest. Here in Dubai, 488 GTB is not the most exclusive car you will find. You know.
I mean, what is different about this car? And they cannot see from the outside that you have done something in the inside to make it different.
Exactly.
So can you talk us through a little bit, like what have you done to install the sound system, and why this is not standard, and why you need somebody like a Brian to do it?
Yeah. So I mean, I already had a lot of experience with this particular car, so I already knew what to expect. So I dismantled everything and every element of the sound system. I was really thinking everything through, how to make it perfect in terms of which speakers to install, for example, but most importantly, how to install them.
Yeah.
People think changing a sound system is just opening the door panel, removing the factory speaker, putting in a new speaker, putting back the door panel, and that's it. But that's absolutely not how it works, you know. You have to, of course, remove the door panel, but you have to add a lot of soundproofing in the door to make sure there is no rattles and no vibrations, and we get a more pure sound from the speaker, because we want to hear the speaker. We don't want to hear the vibration of the door panel, for example. So that's a lot of soundproofing which you have to put on all the panels to make sure to eliminate that. In terms of the new speakers, they are slightly bigger, but I want them to house in the factory speaker locations without cutting in the door.
That was crazy.
Cool, right?
That was crazy. I mean, I don't know how people can be driving like that and really just like shaking around, but I get the point. Either you can create the experience like holistic, either.
Yes.
You know,
but it really depends on your mood.
Yeah.
It depends on your mood. If you're in party mode, before you go to the nightclub, you're already in the mood with the right songs and stuff. or if you're just relaxing and listening to some whatever.
And how long does it take, Brian, just to, out of curiosity, how long does it take to...
It depends, let's say between 2 weeks and a month. Really depends what a client wants. Like for example, the cars which I have already done, I don't have to develop anything anymore. So it's just, I can already manufacture all the parts in advance. So the actual installation in the car takes less time. But if I have to do a car which I have not done before, which I really have to go into, then it can take a month, maybe longer sometimes. It really depends.
Yeah. So Brian, this is your business card.
It is, yes. It is.
It's amazing that you can just bring it anywhere you want. A client can sit here and you play the music and you're like, this is what I can give you.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a question for you. Come, let's sit down there. I clearly see, you know, you had a long journey and you have great success now. How proud is your family?
Extremely, of course. It's like, yeah. I mean, we never expected this to happen 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
We didn't expect to move from Netherlands. We didn't expect anything, and now we have moved. The kids go to school here. I think it's especially for the kids. You know, it's perfect. Like, it's a safe environment. They get to learn a lot more about how the world works.
Yeah.
They get to know a lot of cultures and different mentalities and respect. A lot of respect for everybody. That's how I experience Middle East the most. In Europe, you know, I don't know, but the respect is gone.
Yeah.
People are just, you know, always fighting and things and stuff and robberies and break-ins, and we don't have to worry about anything about that in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
Think about that, it's crazy. I mean, we can leave the car here with the keys inside, we can go whatever. In the evening we come back, the car is still here.
Yeah, I know that will be the case. And
100%. I mean, people are making these TikTok videos about that, about putting the key on the car, whatever, but it's actually a fact.
Yeah. I actually had a conversation with my security guard and I was saying, can you just keep an eye out, I'm leaving. He's like, sir, why are you concerned? Who is going to be so crazy to even steal something?
Yeah, nobody does it, but it's because of the risk is high for the people if they get caught.
Yeah.
But I think, honestly speaking, the bigger the deal with this is the respect people have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not mine, so I don't touch it.
Yeah.
It's not mine, so if I want that, stealing is not an option.
Yeah.
Right? So work harder to reach the same goal.
Yeah. You have your family here now. You come from a close family.
Yeah.
Back home in the Netherlands. How is it to be away from them now?
Sometimes difficult, of course. Sometimes difficult, but I mean, try to invite people as much as possible. You know.
Yeah.
The family comes twice a year, 3 times a year. We go back like 1-2 times a year.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, yeah. You're not all around every time, but still, you know, there's FaceTime. Yeah.
One of the things that I really respect about you, outside of your knowledge, is your personality.
Thank you so much. Likewise.
You're so down to earth, so humble. You have success, but you're so approachable. Where does that come from?
I mean, I don't really understand how people become arrogant if they have success. I don't understand why and how, you know? Okay, sometimes people are very busy. I'm also sometimes very busy. I mean, you know, sometimes you have approached me as well. Hey, let's go for a beer or something, and I didn't have time.
Yeah.
That's not me being arrogant or something, but it's just no time because it's busy
reality.
or something like that. Yeah. I experience the same with my clients as well. You know, some of them are billionaires and I don't know, you know, like super big or famous or something like that. But to me especially, of course, because that's the experience I have with them, but also when I see them, how they talk to other people, like how they talk to their cleaners and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the way I would do it as well, you know, just normal, straight, not like shouting at them or whatever.
Yeah.
I had some experiences with some clients being disrespectful to staff or something like that. But then in the end, you also see that these are not the biggest guys, you know? They act to be big
Yeah.
by impressing people.
Yeah.
You get my point, right?
Yeah, I get your point.
Really trying to impress and shout at staff and acting like I'm the boss and whatever. And then in the end, it all seems to be not really true what they say, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Like we had in our company, very silently, one of the investors in a group joined, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's just another employee." And then we found out that he bought a helicopter. It's like, you will not see it. Doesn't act like that. Like totally like no low profile.
I think it's him.
Yeah, exactly. And then when I approached him, it was like, "Oh, by the way, I heard you bought a helicopter." He was not happy with that. He was like, "Oh no, who told you that?" He just did not want to steer a conversation towards these kind of things. And
the most wealthy people I know are the most humble people I know.
yeah,
Respectful, down to earth, not showing off, you know? Especially when I meet them, for example, because maybe during the days, during the weekdays, okay, they have to be in a suit and whatever. But when I meet them, it's in their personal, private time.
yeah,
So it's either, you know, in the evening or in the weekends or something, and they're wearing shorts, flip-flops,
yeah.
like that, you know?
You know, it's a funny story. I heard that in car dealerships, they say you need to keep an eye out for the guy that comes in the flip-flop, not the guy that comes in the suit. This guy in the flip-flop can afford
Absolutely.
to come in the middle of the day in a flip-flop.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely like that. I mean, it's not really like that, so black and white.
Yeah.
You know, I have learned never to judge a book by its cover. Never. So it doesn't mean in a car showroom, for example, that the guy in the flip-flops is gonna buy 10 cars.
Yeah.
And the other guy who's coming in a suit, he doesn't have money. No, that's not like that. But you cannot judge,
Yeah.
right? Either the flip-flop guy has billions, or maybe he has nothing.
Yeah.
Same with the guy coming with the suit and the expensive watch, for example. You cannot judge. You cannot judge anything.
So in your journey as a business owner, what has been some of your most important lessons that you have learned?
Yeah, like I said, never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
And stay humble, work hard.
Yeah, you do work hard.
Everybody has to work hard, come on, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody. If you don't work hard, you will not have any success in life at all.
I think maybe nowadays you see that people just want to take shortcuts, and maybe
That's
the new
thing.
generation.
That's the thing also about social media, for example.
Yeah.
They see people coming to Dubai, showing off.
Yeah.
Showing off with sports cars and stuff and things, but you know what I mean. And then they say, I come to Dubai and I do some whatever online business and I make this X whatever amount of money a month or whatever. So people think coming to Dubai, you can just come here and have an expensive life and money will be thrown at you, which is absolutely not the case. You have to be aware. You have to work hard, but you have to be aware as well. There's a lot of scammers as well.
Yeah.
You know, fake people acting billionaires, and in the end they're not paying. Happened to me as well.
Yeah, that's. How do you see the difference between somebody that is putting a facade and somebody that is the real deal?
Very hard to tell. Very hard to tell. You cannot really. I'm very lucky that I have a very big network. So when I deal with somebody I don't know yet, I always try to investigate within the people I know, see who is he connected to, if people have already experience with him or not. That's absolutely the only way. There is some signs sometimes, you know, if people in the first meeting would try to impress you by saying that they are connected with any of the royal families, for example. No, this is like a common thing, right?
I know. How many times have I heard that? That's
Yes.
like, oh God.
Nobody would impress you in the first meeting by saying that.
Yeah.
You know, people who are really connected with the royals, they would never talk about it. Never.
Yeah, it's. Why would you bring it up, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If it's a solid thing, it's a solid thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And also, even if you are connected, that doesn't mean anything.
No.
I mean, if you think about it, in life, how many close relationships can you have? A certain amount.
True. That's absolutely true.
I do have a squash buddy of mine. He grew up here. It was a different time at that time. Dubai was smaller,
Yes.
and his family was was well connected at that time. But yeah, so he has old stories of Dubai.
Yes.
You know, with like, you know, playing with Sheikh Mohammed, but that was like when they were young.
Yes.
But a lot of things have happened since then.
True.
I just think that, especially in your field, I think when people invite you at their home or at a certain place and they want to talk with you about business, about their cars, while it would be a little bit of a waste of money and time to rent that all, and for
Yeah.
what purpose?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But people do rent cars and villas to impress others and to get some kind of a business going. That happens a lot.
Especially when they're trying to get investors in for some project they are trying to launch or something like that, you know, that happens.
Yeah.
That happens.
True.
But I mean, you have to be awake, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if you don't know any money. I mean, in my thing, it's easier in terms of like, if I do a job, of course, I take a down payment, I have the car or something like that. So, but yeah, even then, you know, you have to be aware. People are not always what they say they are.
So what's next for Brian? What are we going to see you doing?
I don't know. After the filming, I have to drop you back home, right?
Yeah. So that's next then,
That's
right?
next. That's next.
Yeah,
but
look.
that's exactly how things go here.
Yeah.
You cannot. I mean, in this afternoon, I have a couple of more meetings, but it can switch, it can change, it can. You never know.
That's true. Brian, I want to thank you so much for making time free to join me as my guest, and you know,
Thank you.
It's been such
Thank
a pleasure
you. Thank you so much.
talking with you.
Honored to be part of this.
No, it's my honor. Brian,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you.
That was it. Goodbye.